Alright, so now we will create the store. In fact, our store was already created when we started Redux, and now we have to change the method. We will use the Redux toolkit for creating the store rather than the Redux create store method. So now let's go to index.js where we actually created our store, and here I'm going to import the configureStore from Redux.js toolkit, and also I'm going to comment this import combine reducers create store and apply middleware. So you see that there are many packages are now getting commented. The configureStore will create the store and will also combine reducers for us. Isn't it great? At the moment we will not think about apply middleware and thunk, that is the asynchronous part of the code. Now let's also import the login reducer and product reducer from the login slice and product slice. So we just change these file names, and I'm going to comment this root reducer, combine reducer, and even this store as well. And let me create the store now. How do we create the store with Redux toolkit? That is RTK. I'll say const store is equal to configure store. Now this will take an object literal, so I'll open curly brackets. There can be many keys, but at the moment I'm just going to write the reducer colon, and here inside these curly brackets I'm going to list out all the reducers. Now if you observe this combined reducer, that also has multiple reducers configured in it, isn't it? The same thing we can do here. I'll say pr colon product reducer. So when I refer the state, I can say state.pr.whatever. Similarly, I'll say lr, that is the login reducer, and colon login reducer. Again, I can say state.lr and whatever. That's it. So now we do not have the combined reducers and the create store. Instead, this configure store does everything for us. So the store is now created with this store object, and reducers are also combined with this simple and friendly configure store method. Apart from this reducer key, there are many other keys, like we can add middleware, we can add enhancers, and there is a lot you can play with the configure store. That we will discuss as and when required in the forthcoming lectures. But at the moment our store is configured. Now we are going to use the actions inside the respective components. Let's talk one question here also. That is, how will you create a store using the Redux toolkit? So this is how you do it. As I mentioned, that you need the configure store method, and then you have the reducer. There can be enhanced question that how do you configure middlewares, but that we will discuss as we proceed further. So at the moment you can answer the question, the basic idea, that is how do you create the store and even combine the reducers using the Redux toolkit.